Hey, this is the Entertainment Advice Channel. What I want to talk about today is the topic of why did rap become the most popular genre? So for this video, I'm going to answer the question of why rap became the most popular genre, replacing rock as the most popular genre listened to by young people in a simple and straightforward way so anyone can understand it, as well as a lesson that there is to learn from this particular topic. Okay, so now I mentioned that, let's get started. So when it comes to the topic of why rap became the most popular genre compared to rock music, it simply comes down to the fact that rap has so many things you can do with it. Okay, in other words, it's a genre that offers a lot of variety. Okay, when it comes to different elements of it, okay, whether it comes down to the type of stories it's telling, whether it comes down to the activities you can do with it, there's a bunch of things you can do with rap compared to rock music. Okay, because the truth of the matter is, when it comes to rock music, and I'm not hating on rock music, it's a very enjoyable genre. Actually, sonically, when it comes to variety, it's actually better than rap. I'm not gonna hide my words. I have to admit it is true. But when it comes to aside from that, when it comes to a lot of things that they did for the genre, specifically with the influence of grunge, some of the things that they did as a genre that was actually really dumb, and that is the honest truth here. And when it comes to the thing that they did was dumb, the biggest thing was a lack of variety. Because when you listen to rock music, with one of my first of my points about the lack of variety issue, is that when it comes to topics, the topics that they have is so repetitive. Okay, because unlike rap music, where rap music, yes, I know everyone's gonna talk about the crime element, but the thing about rap is that even though it does talk about crime, it offers variety. Okay, when you listen to rap, you can listen to songs talking about high life, like being rich and successful, like and famous. You can listen to songs that talk about life sucking, life being hard, life being a bitch. You can listen to songs that are kind of a bit in the middle of both, like they're not anything in particular, they're not necessarily happy or sad or something. They're just neutral, they're just telling a good story. They have ones that are angry, that help cement your feeling of anger inside. Like, to sum it up, when it comes to topics, there's so much variety. Well, for rock, it's just life sucks. Okay, and life sucks, life is hard. You want to talk about substance abuse and stuff, which can get very repetitive and very tiresome and boring at points, because sometimes people want some variety. Okay, not all the time people want to hear the same exact thing, specifically if it's negative. Okay, just like you want to hear people always talk about positive all the time, which is why 1980s music was so looked down upon in the 1990s, specifically with a major backlash it got, specifically through rock music, like hair metal, which a lot of people hated at the time, because 1980s music was just about, oh, everything's perfect all the time, everyone's happy and all that stuff, while people in the 1990s were more how should I say, cynical or something, or more pessimistic, just in general. For that matter, you can even say straight up in the middle. Okay, that's why they hated 1980s music. At least a lot of people in the 1990s hated 1980s music so much, and even to this day, 1980s stuff does get a lot of scrutiny for being too happy go lucky, which you don't want to happen. But at the same time, you also have to realize you don't want to just be negative all the time. Okay, because then that gets repetitive and tiresome and boring. And sometimes people are having a good day. Why the hell do I want to have a good day? Maybe I got a really good mark for my class I was working on or something, and heading home and hearing a song about life sucking and life being hard, which is so dumb, because at some point they should have innovated, they should have tried something different. They still, every time rock music gets out there, they just want to talk about life sucking and substance abuse issues and all that kind of stuff all the freaking time, instead of talking about something different. You have to have a balance between positivity not only depressing but boring, because rap offers the ability to have a rags to riches story, so at least creates an interesting narrative of the idea of someone who came from the bottom to the top. So it has the ability to offer something where somebody can come from nothing to the top. Okay, rock doesn't have that. It's just about everything sucks, and if you do that and even making rock music that sounds happy, people are just going to say that's dance rock, that's not real rock, that's dance pop rock sort of shit, and it's so dumb, which is why they're doing so badly. So when it comes to topics, that's the first thing, okay? When it comes to why rap took over from rock, okay? The second thing, when it comes to why rap took over from rock, is that rap has so many things you can do with it, okay? You can listen to music sometimes when you are maybe just wanting to chill, something that obviously just offers something that's just enjoyable to listen to, okay? That's something you can do with rap, okay? When you listen to rap, another thing you can do with it is you can dance to it, as well, aside from just simply listening to it just because you like the sound of it. Another thing you can do with rap as well is you can rap along to the lyrics of it, which rock doesn't obviously offer that ability to. Like, there's so many things you can do with rap in actual real life versus rock, where there's not really much you can do with it. Just like rock music, as we all know, the common stereotype around it is that you can't dance to it. There have been so many jokes about you can't dance to rock music over the years. It's ridiculous, which obviously over time is going to cost them a lot, because people want something that they can dance to. People want something that they can listen to at a party and have a good time and all that sort of stuff. If you're obviously offering something that's just talking about life sucking, and of course something that is more meant to be something that is just more meant to be listened to, not something to dance to, then obviously you're going to alienate a huge portion of your audience, okay? And also, of course, rap with, of course, it's the way its lyric system is set up with its ability to rhyme, obviously offers the ability for people to have fun by being able to see if they can rap along to a song. So that's what I'm trying to say. There's different things you can do with rap. Okay, rock, there's not really much you can do with it aside from just simply, just listening to it because you like the sound of it, okay? Which obviously, from a business perspective, is dumb, and that's honest truth. So anyway, that is the main reason why rock died and rap replaced it. There's other things to go along with it as well, such as the fact of the extreme racism in the rock community, which I know was going on a lot. And obviously, since we live in a more racialized world, obviously you have people of different races, who obviously will look at that and say, oh, I'm not listening to that shit, for that matter. Just like, why do Latinos and Asians and all these other communities people not listen to too much rock? Because even aside from just black people, it is a stereotype if you listen to too much rock, you're whitewashed. So that's what turned off a lot of people, which the rock community, a lot of them at least, can kind of blame themselves for that, okay? That's their own fault for that, okay? And there's other issues as well, but aside from that, the main issue is for why rock died is that it just didn't offer variety. It didn't offer enough, and people got tired of it and wanted something else, and that's the truth, okay? And that's not even getting the other things, like being a so-called poser and stuff, and all that type of stuff that also helped turn people off. So in short, to sum things up, rock died because it didn't offer variety when it comes to music like rap, okay? Whether it could be down to the type of topics they wanted to talk about, or secondly, the things you could do, okay? So that's why rock died and rap replaced it, okay? So that is the truth, okay? If you want to know why, okay? that. Now it's time to get to the message of the video. The message of the video, to answer your question, if there's a message, which of course there definitely is that if you have anything in life, okay, with music being a primary example here, um, or anything for that matter, offer variety. Don't just offer the same thing over and over again. Because when you offer the same thing over and over again, people are going to get tired of it and sick of it and are going to move on to something else. And that's the honest truth. So if you're not so if you want something to last specifically when it comes to music, if you're interested in making music, offer variety. Don't just do the same thing so you don't end up being antiquated and falling apart like rock. And that's the truth. And that's all I have to say, and I'm out. Bye.